Good evening. Nearly midnight.
Yeah, nearly
Here
there.
we are, nearly there.
I know.
It's been a fantastic day. Great.
It's been a long day. It's been a long day.
Yeah, it's been a long day. It's all right. It's like any other day. Let's get some. Shame I couldn't get my car on time. Looks like I'll be getting my true love on Valentine's Day.
True.
So we're going to talk about. I've got a guest with me today. His name's Shreyas Patel. I've known him for about a couple of years right now. We met in a kind of other business, and we've always kept in contact, irrespective of whatever businesses we've been up to. Bilal joined us. Good. Well, hello. Hi, Colin, my friend Colin. How are you, my friend? Good evening. What a pleasure. What a pleasure. How you doing, buddy? Colin Adair is in the BNI, and I love this guy to bits. Thomas is. Well, Thomas. Hey, Thomas. How are you? Yakshamash. So you got to learn. You got to learn all the
Yakshamash.
That's right. There you are, man. Jinkuya. Thank you for joining us. So well, I don't know what's in Irish, Colin, but I think it's just And Hasnan. Good evening, Salaam to you, brother. That program yesterday,
yes.
I think opinions. I think it was just a touch. Didn't really say much about the cryptocurrencies and the way it started and how it came about a lot in depth. It just straight away talked about what Bitcoin does and everything else.
I personally thought, being I'm very biased in my opinion, maybe in that sense, but it showed the positive and the negative side of cryptocurrency, which was good in any debate you have any with anyone. However, I felt it was more negative and it pushed more of agenda. It didn't show the real, true representation of cryptocurrency, why it's used, who created it, and how it's going to benefit the future. Regardless, we hear in the news of Bitcoin going up, fraud, bubble, we hear all these terminologies all the time, but people don't actually understand.
That's right. Yeah.
We hear these terms from banking officials, we hear it from the press, we hear it from the news. What does it actually mean to be me and you, and how do we capitalize on this?
Yeah.
I didn't feel the BBC News Panorama was actually 100% accurate. I think it had a hidden agenda, and I felt people need to actually read behind the lines and see what it is and how it's used. And I know Marshall, being involved for the last few years or having discussions, that obviously you've had your opinion about it. What do you make of it?
I love cryptocurrency because to take the power away. What happened with me was that back in 2008, just when this kicked off, I just had a business out, just set up in Morocco. We had a really, really good, it was a housing kind of a big, massive seminar. And we had our own house on display. And we had two orders. One order was about 1.7 million euros.
Sure.
And the other was about 980,000. I was really excited and happy. We'd sent the contracts out. The contracts had gone out for signing. And what happened was December, the stock markets crashed. And all our hard work had just gone down to nothing. Hi, Paul. Paul's on. Hey, our special Paul. I'll revital you. We love you, revital you. I've got to get back on it again because I've been really bad for the last month or so. So, Paul, my sincere apologies. You don't want to see me right now because it's all come back on a little bit. So we have to lose that weight and get right down to it. Here we are, Colin. Yeah, say late one, eh? Yeah, Colin, this is our time of day. We've got more energy at this time. What's he saying? See, Colin's very active. I like this. Look, this here.
He said, otherwise, relatives worthless, sort of value. Only it's the ones willing to trade it amongst ourselves.
Yeah, but that's fine. It's okay, but you're going to get that. If you go to CoinMarketCap, you're going to see how much trading of Bitcoin is happening there every single day on all coins. Whichever coin that you want to put in there, you'll see how much trading is going on. So it's happening every single day, whether you like it or not. Just with the Shreyas, I used some Bitcoin Cash the other day, and the transfer happened within seconds. Seconds, bang, done, finished. And that was amazing just to see that happen there. So, that was another interesting point there. Hi, guys. Hi, Thomas. So, yeah, Bilal, keep up the good work. Well, Bilal, it's about your time now to keep up the good work. You're the man who has to sort this out now. You're the one who's next on the scene. You're our next superstar who's going to be kicking it off. Oh, my goodness. So,
yes, what would you like to discuss about?
Let's discuss the same thing we're talking about, what cryptocurrencies are. And there's so many different ones out there. I remember in 2016, I had a chance to buy 6 Bitcoin. Now, Adrian Hibbert, I would say that he's a super guy. I mean, he's a self-made millionaire. I mean, in the crypto. Well, he did it in properties anyway.
Sure. And
I've been following since I've been involved in cryptocurrencies. So going back to my story about one that kicked off. So I lost a lot of money that time. I'd invested a lot of money in Morocco and imploded. And then I had to pick myself up, and then just here, we were in the fast food business, chicken shops and everything else. Apart from that, then when I do come across cryptocurrency, I could see this as being the future.
Exactly.
From the banks,
100%.
because the banks make so much money,
Mm.
and they, I've just got, there's a newspaper that's there. Is there a newspaper down here? I was just reading today's newspaper, and the Metro it was, and it was saying that Barclays Bank had given like the Qatari or the Qatari,
there's a 2 billion fraud charge.
3 billion, yeah,
2 or 3 billion.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was actually for executives from Barclays who actually rigged the whole trading platform in that sense. And
4 billion.
This is a lot of money, and people forget that end of the day, our money is trusted to an institute that we have no actual access. Here's the thing. Here's a question. If you had £1 million in your bank account right now, can you get that cash today or tomorrow? Likely not, because you have to ring up the bank and see if they have enough money in the reserves to do that. And obviously, you've got to be interrogated, you've got to be questioned, you've got to find out what you're doing with the money, all these things. But if you had $1 million in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, any other ones, you can get out there and there in that second.
You can transfer it without any questions asked.
Exactly. So why would I put money into a banking institution, right? When I know there's always a possibility when it can either default, and it's not transparent as people like to proclaim it. I have major issues with my bank all the time. Whenever I want to transfer money, there's always a limit. There's always like, who's this person? Who's that person? With cryptocurrency, it's such a very fluid into product. It can be used anywhere. I know back in 2008, 2009, when it first adopted, I think it's it broke away that social trend. Whoever created it, we thankful for the person, he or she, whoever it is. But I think it was a really it was a game changer for a lot of people. Back a movement behind a social cause that anyone, that doesn't matter if it's someone who's not from a financial background, from someone who has, all the way to governments. It doesn't matter who you are, from the beggar on the streets. It doesn't matter who you are. You can be actually part of a movement. I think that itself, that itself is so liberating, and more importantly, that itself, it's inspiring. Yes. Now we have one mission, one cause. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Asian. It doesn't matter that it's worldwide, that anyone can be behind it and anyone can capitalize on this. And I think people watching this today, Abdul Malak, Yvonne, Ashrad, Paul Gibbons, anyone who's watching this, share. Make sure you share this. Make sure you like this. Make sure you love this, because this video
hard
will
man
be
to get
shared
hold
to a lot
of.
of people.
Mr. Abdul Malik is a hard man to get hold of. He's a superstar. He's just busy making.
I'm sure he is.
He's a grafter. I love him to bits, though. Shane Watson, another superstar. Really, really lovely gentleman. Lovely, humble guy. Paul Gibbons we just love anyway. Yeah. They've just inherited a nice dog, and I think the dog's much more cute than him. Definitely, 100%.
So we made it public now, right? So you can't go back on your word.
Definitely not, This is anyway, bless us, so you know that as well. But when you look at the world and the population, over 2 billion people don't have a bank account.
It's crazy, right?
It's mad. And the money that we had an accountant in our BNI chapter called Hugh Miller.
Okay.
All right. He's based in Chingford, and he told me, and this is good, because when you start speaking, you get stories.
Sure.
And that's what it is. And he had to make a payment somewhere in a developing country in Africa somewhere, and it took him a good few weeks for them to receive that.
Wow.
And they didn't get the payment for, I think, a good 3 to 5 weeks, somewhere around about there, which was really weird. But he said that's how long, they took this is an accountant sending money, not like, from a personal account. And then the next payment transaction they did was through Bitcoin. And they received it within half an hour.
Wow.
It was received and it was accepted and it was done. And it's just amazing. And people can try to put control over it, just like China did. Yes, it did go mega crazy. The reason why it went crazy, and you and I know why, is because the press. Exactly. And everybody's just the press. The press is out there pushing it out. And suddenly went so high, then obviously it's going to drop. It will drop. But where has it dropped to? Still £6,000. I mean, it was $2,500 if I remember. Back in before November time.
That's right.
2,800, whatever it was. So where it is right now is still phenomenal.
Exactly.
£6,000 for one. And by the way, just to let you know, you do not actually have to own one whole Bitcoin. I like to pull this out by the way. Sometimes I like to show it because I've always loved keeping this. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, can you see that? There we go. There we go. So, this is not an actual Bitcoin. It's just a coin which has got no value whatsoever. There it is. It looks nice. I'm trying to get you to see the color. There you can see the Bitcoin. Yeah. You can buy a part. I mean, if you want to put £100, get a wallet. There's links out there. You can go as simple as even Coinbase. Okay, because they're a very secure platform. I mean, they're expensive because they charge a lot of fees. You showed me a really good point, and I think it made a good factor. Let's just say, for example, you're going on holiday and you don't, you want to use a bit of cash, or you to Europe and you want euros. So you, with £1,000, exchange your money for $1,000 or whatever it is. There's an exchange rate in there, and they're going to make that little bit of commission, and that commission will vary from
5 to 30%.
5 to 30%.
That's the issue itself. Yeah,
from either the banks or from the
from the remittance, Western Union, your MoneyGram. This is on a daily basis.
And let's say, for example, you've taken $1,000 and you've gone on holiday, you've come back and you've got $400. Now you can either just keep that money sitting there, or you return it back to get pounds, and then when you do exchange again, you lose money again.
Yeah, this is a hindering factor. This is the issue itself. And imagine these 2-3 billion people, if the majority, most of them go through the same problem day in, day out.
Yeah.
They have cash, but they have a mobile phone, but they just don't have access to they don't have access to banking.
That's right.
As a general industry, as a general concept. But if you have a smartphone these days, right, we take things for granted. We take the Wi-Fi, we take internet, we take gas and electricity, we take even a bank account. Things so granted these days.
Definitely.
In a developing country, these are the things that are the most important. These are the things that people are looking for. A system they can be part of, be part of a global network. Let's say people in Africa. How do they get to someone in the US? How do they connect to someone from Latin America? This is one way. Cryptocurrency, the idea of blockchain, the idea of how it's implementing, all cross sectors, gas, finance, healthcare, and all the other sectors. I could be here forever, all this evening. But, just response to me, go back to the topic and sort of the BBC News and Panorama and what's happening, I felt that it didn't show a real true representation. I felt very, very biased.
Yeah.
Fair play. I mean, fair enough, they had to show the pros and cons, but it didn't really show what cryptocurrency can do for the human being, for the normal, the normal person's watching this webinar, or watching this call now. End of the day, I know Marsha and myself are working a few projects ourselves, and we have a proven system on how you can be profitable from this. However, you've got less than 2, 3, 4, 5 years now to really get in part of this industry and really, really now capitalize on this. Otherwise, before it's too late.
But it's important not to do what that lady did who lost a lot of money and got her family to put a lot of money into it. And you have to be careful, and you have to draw the line. That line has to be drawn, thinking, you know what, we can't surpass that line. And, it's not about becoming millionaires, because a lot of people, they have this thing about becoming millionaires. It's about becoming financially free. There's a bit of a difference there. Once you understand that, people who know that, especially the business people, will understand where I'm coming from. So becoming financially free, getting an idea that there's other ways around that. I made a video earlier on about, which I've posted on YouTube, and it's the same thing again, that my sons who are aged 20 and 18, when my son comes out when he comes out of university, he's going to have a debt. I'm sure you've got a debt.
Of course.
All right, from university. And now you then went into a job, and then you realize that will not help you get to, I mean, you told me it was. I think it's quite moving when somebody says to me that they want to help their parents clear their mortgage off. I think that's a very, very, very decent thing, a very nice thing to do, and your parents will be so proud of you just to hear to say that. And because you've got that thought in your head, I think that's very important. That's really nice to hear. And if you look at nowadays kids, I don't think in London they could buy a house.
Yeah, with properties in London, properties in major cities now, which are increasing in price. You have university now. You're looking for a job. All these pressures, all these social norms out there. You go from the media, from your parents, from society. What is a young person nowadays they do? What do they get involved in? What do they see? They see the idea of cryptocurrency. They see of online businesses. They see other ways of making money. But cryptocurrency so far has really shown the average person how they can just, potentially increase their wealth. Now, yes, you should do your research. Yes, you should only put in money you should afford to, lose risk. However, the facts are there's a lot of credibility behind it.
Of course there is. Loads of people. I mean,
I'm sure you can name quite a few. As I said, we'll be here all night.
All night long. I mean, we just watched that on Panorama. It showed as well. Wade, what was that?
Tim Draper was on it.
Tim Draper. That's right. You see what I mean? I mean, he's a billionaire, and he's not the millionaire. They said he's a billionaire.
Exactly.
I think the twin brothers who were involved with Facebook before. Okay, I don't remember the name.
The Winklevoss twins.
There you
They
go.
lost out on Facebook, and now you got experts like Roger Ver, you've got Richard Branson, Bill Gates, John McAfee. Whether you hate him or like him,
Yeah, that's right.
There's a lot of credible people out there who are pushing cryptocurrency
yeah,
as
that's
a tool, and people watching the BBC Panorama in that sense won't see that aspect yet. They just feel it's a bubble. They'll listen to that guy from UBS saying, it's this and all that. But ask yourself the real question: why did he say what he said?
People say the bubble about the property market right now as well. There's going to be bubbles like they said the .coms. That was a bubble.
Exactly.
Amazon the bubble, and then look where it went to. Apple's a bubble, and there's so many things that people are so skeptical about. So that's fine. I don't believe that they the understanding that bringing that guy on the Wolves of Wall Street,
Jordan Belfort.
what would he?
That's
his
his
opinion.
That's exactly.
It's fine. It's just his opinion. I mean, what does he specialize in? For me, I think a mentor and someone who has a bit of clout is someone like Sir Richard Branson, who's an entrepreneur, businessman, multi-billionaire. Bill Gates is an entrepreneur, again, businessman. Tesla. So if you've got Bitcoin right now, we can go to Tesla tomorrow and no finance with Bitcoin, go and buy a car.
What did Jack Ma say? I think you said to me very important to me earlier
I think it's really important, and I've been focused on that, is that if you've got children, you must get them at least one Bitcoin each, and they'll be made for life. And that's an important thing. And I think that's so important that, just having one Bitcoin each. And, we're all working towards our goals.
Of course.
Right? We're all working towards there. And I think this is working in the right manner. And unfortunately, like they did talk about fraudsters. There's always good and bad. As I say, they say your 5 fingers are never, the same. Same with people as well. There'll always be people who are not the same, and there will always be them idiots who are out there. And it's unfortunate they're there, and they are robbing a lot of people. And yes, the governments need to get involved with this, cracking down on them, find out that if they're not involved. I mean, I'm just happy, like BitClub, that what we're starting doing, and Galaxy Mining. You go into blockchain info. It's been black and white, and I love that because you can see it's there, and it gives me peace of mind. And I'm like, thank God. And I think that's important because I think clarifying, it's good to have the clarity there so people can see that.
Of course, yeah, 100%.
Not like you're looking into midair and there's nothing there and you've got nothing to fall back on.
Sure.
That's like, no way. And so everybody, it's important that you should do your due diligence of whichever thing that you want to do. I've got friends in different, they're dealing in that, what do you call it, cryptocurrencies. But, Bitcoin is the oldest, but the technology, the new ones, there's just so much. Bitcoin Cash, wow. Ethereum, Ripple, all these coins, they're just phenomenal.
I think 2018 is going to be a massive game changer just for every other cryptos out there, because you saw what happened in 2017. This time last year in January, February time, you had per Bitcoin $800 to almost $1,200 per coin. No one was looking into it. Everyone thought, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to happen. Same things will happen in 2014, go up and went down. End of the day, I've got Adnan saying, how do I get involved? Yeah. Well, Adnan, by the end of it, share this video with everybody you have. If not, like below, and we can load. But more importantly, this, just one thing I want to add on. Is, a lot of people look at where it's happened and where it's gone now. I can't say to you categorically with the crystal ball there will be 50,000 or 100K or 1 million that these experts say. But experts like John McAfee, experts like Elon Musk, the director of PayPal said it would be Bitcoin could be worth $1 million US. Now, wow, these are the experts saying that. It's not me. I'm just a random guy, just like everyone else watching the webinar, who's looking to really impact the life. Now, the experts are saying this, and they have made a lot of wealth in the idea of financial services, the idea of payment services. And who am I to judge? Who
that bank who came on TV, said about Bitcoin's no good, and then bought Bitcoin themselves?
So we had Jamie Dimon, who was the CEO of JP Morgan, saying that Bitcoin's a scam, it's not going to go anywhere. But guess what? There's a public record that on blockchain, on CoinDesk, in fact, you can see which banks and which institutes has bought which one. Yeah. So it's
and hedge funds as well. Hedge funds. So many people with hedge funds are buying it as well right now. I'm trying to see if we can add Adnan to the call, because you can bring in people into it. So I don't know if that's I'm not very good at that, but okay, we'll just keep going. Yeah, but that's basically it. And people get a little bit lost with the idea, oh, because the bank said this. I want to say good evening and good morning to Rabina, Azim, Mehdi, Shahida, and Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr, big up, respect, man. So, it's just nice that we can have this conversation and tell people a bit more out there. You have to do your own due diligence. That's very important. You have to look into that. You have to look at the company, and you must do where are they based, what their background is, and I think that's very important. Well, because you need to know who to get hold of if things happen, and where there's good, there's always going to be bad. And it's just that you got to make sure a fool's gold is a fool's gold. If it's too good to be true, it normally is too good to be true. Nothing comes easy in life, as you might think it is. That it's just a walk in the park. It's not. Whatever it is, you got to work at it.
Exactly.
But, just saying with that thing there, the Panorama one, that really had me in a buzz yesterday. Because look at that apartment in Chelsea is about 13 million, and they're saying that money in Russia, for example, they can't shift it around. It's very difficult for them also. And Bitcoin is a very easy way to do it. And that way there, they just transfer it and it's done. And they're buying property left, right, and center.
Exactly.
We was looking on blockchain info, and the biggest mining, all right, you told me, was in China. They've got like 23-24% of mining they're doing. Compared to, it was just phenomenal. I couldn't believe how big that was. That was just amazing. So I think that was a great call. I hope that helped some of you people out there for information. And what's our boy's name? Adnan, I hope that you found this helpful. And I just, again, will say to you that whichever way you want to get involved with, do your own,
do your own research.
Google is there.
Yeah.
And you will get opinions, and bankers have their opinion. And obviously, they won't be making their big millions. They'll be making little millions. But they'll still be making the money. They're not going anywhere. The bank institutes will always be there for a long time. But it's just that thing that when we have to bail out, banks, yeah? Northern Rock, was it?
Northern Rock, we had RBS, and now West.
Yeah.
It's really fun. And just one last thing I want to add is like, whenever documentaries on the BBC or YouTube or whatever channels will come up with a documentary like cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, the most important thing, read behind the lines and really question yourself, why would the media report on this? Why would anyone be involved in this? There is something happening on a giant scale, and if the person like me and you can get involved, where it's only putting £10 in, whether it's putting only £100 in, with 100k, it doesn't matter what you put in. My advice is, do your research. Obviously, if you feel like this is too big to be true, then all this is a hype and all that, it's completely fine. We're not here to convince everybody. I can only speak to the people who want to, really want to change their lives. More importantly, want to see the bigger aspect. As I said earlier on, cryptocurrency has allowed us to get behind a mission, get behind a goal, get behind a movement that we can really stand behind. Doesn't matter where your background is. And I think all of us need to be respectful of that, regardless of whether it goes up or goes down. And I think that itself is going to be a game changer for everybody. And I don't know, any last comments you want to say?
There's loads. I mean, we're going to keep on going, because I think we've got a lot of people engaging with our. Look, this is a young gentleman here. He's 24 years old. He's just finished. He got his degree, and he got a job in the city. And I thought, okay, he got his job, and you know what? He quit his job. Quit it. Why? Because financial freedom you're not going to get in your job. You have to have a job, though. You got to pay your bills. So you can't just jump out tomorrow and say, I'm not going to go to work. About passion, empowerment. When I see, the people, and when presentations are, for example, happening, and how much knowledge he has for a young man, I said to him already 2 years ago, I said, I wish my sons are going to be like you. All right? Why do we say things like that? Because of leadership, of knowing that, you want to take control of your life. When you're in a job, I've talked to so many people. I'm really comfortable with my job. I love my job. It's absolutely brilliant. Then some supervisor, senior person comes, a new person comes, makes that person's life hell. And then you see them, Marshall, I need a solution. I need to get my job. I'm like, I gave you a solution 2 years ago, buddy, 3 years ago. Whatever it is. we have to work. That's no point. But it's about also looking for other options as well. I'm not saying that you need to get your comfort zone. You can still remain in your comfort zone. Just got to work a bit smart. I remember I saw this Kiss FM DJ. He's a friend of mine, Angie Montana, and she's got dry cleaners next door. And I saw this guy there. He's one of these morning DJ there, Kevin, I think his name is. And he said it's not working hard, it's working smart. And I believe that's quite true. It's about working smart.
Exactly.
I always say to people, for example, if you had a wedding with 100 people, could I personally, cater for them myself? No, I couldn't. But if I had a team of 20 people, life would become so much easier. And that's what networking is. You're in business by yourself, but you're not by yourself. I think that's one big thing I've loved about network marketing without the politics.
Of course,
unfortunately, with everything, there's always going to be issues. If we think that life's just going to be one nice, smooth journey, it never is. Because then that can't be it. It's always a roller coaster.
Sure.
You're going to get that. You're going to get that all the time. All it is that, like Shreyas is here. We had lots of meetings. We had a great day. We had great results from that. Just educating and empowering people with more information, and that's what we're doing. And some people are coming and jumping on with us. They're jumping on the ride. Some people are not, because everyone has their own opinion, and we're cool with that. We respect that, and everything is not for everybody. And I make lots of videos. My channel, please do subscribe to it on YouTube. It's called Marshall with one L, Marshal. Malik, M-A-L-I-K. Okay, Shrey, I think he's broken the thing about coming on Facebook Live. It's fantastic. Okay? That was a good thing.
More right
yeah, that's what I mean. That the people are, get coming on, coming off, having a little idea. Abbas, Reza, Assalamu alaikum, good evening. Asad Ali, good evening. Powerful people. So, some lovely people just coming, and they like to know for more information, and if we can give it to them, why not? Here we are. Look at this here. I don't even know who that is. Hi, Carl. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I get people message me every single day offering me some sort of business. It's just crazy. I probably have about 200 businesses right now. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. What are people, it's about just getting the right, that right mentality. And I think that's so important. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm looking down here because I'm just getting loads of messages on which one and this and that. Okay, people are just, that they're always intrigued which one. Please message me and I'll give you some more information. And, I like Marshall advice. That's nice, Bilal. Thanks for that, buddy. We're just there to help and empower people. And if you can do that, I spoke with somebody else before. I was on my messenger saying, yeah, you're going to make loads of money. Money is fine. It's good to have on the journey. But I think it's the more important people. It's the journey together. Together that we all move together in the same direction and we all, make money. I think that's fine. Money will happen anyway if we all succeed working together and empowering each other. And I say that it's constructive criticism. That's how we learn and how we grow. If I thought my knowledge is, I think we're both the same, that we've got the entrepreneur mindset. And apart from that, Shrey has his whole life ahead of him, which is fantastic, and he's going to go a long way. I know that for a fact, and it's just fantastic to see that, because that's what you're looking for: leaders, people who like to lead, and not just people like the normal sheep and just following with it. When you get on a train in the morning, how miserable do people look?
Beyond miserable. It's a Monday morning feel, isn't it? The Tuesday, they have, that's why they call terrible Tuesdays.
I never have a Monday morning. I don't know what Tuesday morning is, Sunday, nothing. The only time is that when you don't want to contact me is when Liverpool's playing football. That's the only time. I don't want no phone calls. I don't want nobody to ring me or talk to me about business, because when it's football, especially when Liverpool's playing, then I'm off hands.
Sure.
You never walk alone, and I tell you, that's when so tomorrow, there's just no meetings from about 7:30 onwards till about 10 p.m. And if anybody tries to contact me, then my phone's just on complete silent. You've got no chance. Even if I won the lottery of £1 million, which I never would do anyway, but still, you want. It's just football time. It's just football time. Sure. That's what it is. You've got to have something you enjoy it as well, because life's short. Life's very, very short. That's what you make it. We've got a lot of people online, so Thank you. I got thumbs up. We're going to give you thumbs up back. Hi from Cardiff. Hello, Mr. Cole. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. We've got so many different people online. I mean, we've got some people here. Why did you tell us where Bilal, whereabouts are you, Topman? Are you working tonight or are you just out and about? I said, what are you up to? Are you in your business or what? There's so many people. That's good, isn't it? Eh?
I know.
This is fantastic.
I know.
Anybody want any questions? You can ask us. We're willing. You know, we've been on live for a little while now, but you know, it's fine. We don't mind because this is quite refreshing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite engaging. You realize that, you know.
I'm home.
Nice one. So good.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
I hope you're doing your homework, buddy. All right. I hope you're looking information and doing, because it's very important that this is another important point now as we're onto it. People start something and then they expect, it's like me, right? Okay, I haven't got a six-pack.
Soon
to me to have a long BBB.
Hey.
But for me to get a six-pack, there's a lot of training to go in there. Not just training, it's what I eat as well. So I'd like to probably super glue my mouth right down to that. So food can't get in very easily, yeah? And the thing is, when people come into businesses, they don't do their due diligence. They don't spend enough time understanding what is there to offer, how the system works, and they get very quickly nervous, and then they think, oh, it doesn't work. So you can mention any company name, whichever one you want to, oh, it's rubbish, it doesn't work. The companies work. They've got a proven system there. They've spent millions getting that system right. It's how you go out there and make sure that you're in control to do that. Let's take my trade. As I've been a driver instructor for 23 years, I hate saying that, it's been so long. I can get in the car with anyone, okay, and I've got the confidence to teach them how to drive. On that note, you need some drivers, don't you?
I do, yeah. Me, I should listen to this.
Probably go out right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably safe at this time. Exactly,
exactly.
So
car rage,
it's so important. I need more information so I can start. Well, before you start your Facebook page, Bilal, I will say to you this, right? You need to go into the back office and spend looking at each thing and reading that same page at least 4 or 5 times. Not in the same moment, right? But you read it once, and then maybe the next day you read it again twice, and the next day, and open your page in about a week's time. But first of all, have the knowledge so you know what to do, so that when it does come to pushing shove, you know how to sign somebody up, you know how to read the information, you don't know where the wallets are, and the company and the compensation plan, everything that you need to know from the back office. Once you know how to do that, thanks, bro, my pleasure. And then you can start opening business. If you treat it like a business. Now, let's say that you want to open a McDonald's tomorrow. How much money would you need to open a McDonald's?
At least, I think, $1 million.
$1 million, yeah. Anybody of you guys got £1 million? Okay. Even a Subway costs, I think, I'm sure it costs over 100 grand for a Subway.
I think $250,000 actually, a little bit.
Okay, so $250,000. Now, the kind of money that they will probably make on a weekly or monthly basis, you could make that kind of money probably in about 12 months' time if you work smart, not hard, but smart.
Mm-hmm.
All right? It takes time. Nothing's going to be built over a day, but it takes persistency to do that. If you talk to any successful person, you will see the success that we always see about people, but we never see the journey that they've got to get there. I think that's a really important point. They never see the whole journey. All they see is the end product, not the whole from start to when they've fallen down, and again, they just kept falling down. And they've eventually come to that point where it's like they've taken off. So, for that to happen, all right, and to get to that point, what did it take? Grit, determination, belief, hard work, and persistency every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Did you agree with that?
100%.
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
And when you get there and that feeling, the feeling that you get when you've achieved, it's phenomenal, but it's not easy. My friends right now, I know I've got friends right now who are out on the road. A very, very close friend of mine, Abdul Malik, I love him to bits. He works like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Another person who's a very persistent and an absolute superstar, Muhammad Imran, love him to bits. All right, he is so focused and determined. I'm telling you, that guy works day and night. and he's so young, and he has done so much, and he's really, really blessed. You know, I have to, you know, I take my hat off to you, sir. I take my hat off to you. These guys are, you know, I have a lot of respect because they make it happen. They go out there and they work persistently hard. They are what you call true networkers. They support, they help, and they help you grow big time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They are phenomenal people. So, you know, when you meet phenomenal people, you learn a lot. Another thing that network marketing teaches you from Crypto Talk, we're talking about, you know, networking as well. I will just say to you that you learn a lot from mentors, people who are making that kind of money, and they would like to see you make that kind of money. If you went for personal training, you could spend thousands and thousands of pounds just on these training things. If you just go on YouTube and if you just look at it, you know, you want help with. I remember I contacted someone and he's a guy, I'm not going to mention his name, but he charges on a daily session about £10,000 to £15,000 just training companies and their employees. It's about self-development.
That's a lot of money.
10, 15
That's a lot of money.
That's right. And you know, you could be in one of these businesses and you could have that kind of money come into it anyway. So you know, you could have very easily be in a business where you could have mentors teaching you for whatever your fee was to join something or whatever it was, a license fee or whatever you get there. So there's a lot of things out there. I do believe in multi-streams, you know, of income. I don't think that you should never put all your eggs in one basket. So if you're still, you know, there, if you put all your eggs in one basket and God forbid something happens to that business that you've grown for the last 2 years or year, whatever it is, and that unfortunately that business explodes, where do you stand then? The big companies, don't they go down? What happened to BHS?
Of course, it went down, it went bust.
For £1, I think.
Yeah, that's when it was invested, yeah.
You know, these things happen. And I learned from Adrian Hibbert. Adrian Hibbert is another phenomenal person. If you just see him, he's just so down to earth. And if you've got time on have you ever spoken to Adrian Hibbert?
Of course I have, yeah.
Of course, sorry, yeah, that's right. You know, I just remembered. And, you know, he said to me, Marshall, just spread risk it. And, you know, since that time, I've played it safe because that's the best way. And his own website, I think, is called bitcoinmillionaire.co.uk.
Yeah.
My own website, by the way, is bitcoin4 dummies.co.uk. So I'm a bit of a dummy, but you know, we all find it so difficult that how to get involved and how can I even have a wallet? And there's this once you get into it, it's, you know, and you find it easier. I've made videos again on the YouTube channel. You can see there's I've got a Coinbase video how to make a wallet, and you can from your Bitcoin, your Coinbase wallet, you can make Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. So there's some of the coins that you can do there. So you know you can buy it, and then I loved it because I remember I bought back in. I had some money in there and it doubled up, and that was like phenomenal. Like, wow, you know. So I bought more altcoins. And with cryptocurrencies, there are coins out there. I'm following somebody called Bilal Mia as well. He's fantastic. He gets a lot of good information up. There's another guy. I'm just following a few people, and I'm always listening and watching, and then I do my own due diligence. I don't just jump in there and leave it at that. No, we look. There's so many people. There's so many things, and there are lots of what do they call it? Dump,
like, you know, pump and dump schemes are there. You buy people, hype, and then make you know, buy a lot of things. But that's why you got to do your own research and your own intelligence in that sense, and don't, you know, as I said, forward whatever you can risk. Don't forward someone else's, you know, expense at the end of the day. But said if you want to know for information, private message Marshall,
or Shrey,
or myself, and we're more than welcome to help. If any other questions, then
please feel free to ask. We've got we've got a few people online, so you can say this is for. But you know, if there's anything else that you want to know, please feel free because we're here. Adrian Hibbert added to so you know. Feel free to, you know, ask any questions, and if not, we're gonna wish you a good night, and then we'll just call it a day. And that was, just imagine that, 40 minutes.
I know, dude.
Did you even realise that, huh?
Time goes by when you have fun.
Okay, that's right, it does indeed. So please, just to recap on the cryptocurrency talk and about what happened with the Panorama, just to bring it back again, just to finish it off again. People have their opinions, which everyone has. We have it about everything. Some people like Mercs, some people like BMWs, some people like Porsches, some people like Ferraris, Lambos, whatever you like. We all have our own opinion about different cars. Same thing about cryptocurrencies. Everybody will have their opinions about them, okay? The strong ones right now, where they stand. I don't know if you know, by the way, Ripple, Santander, HSBC, they've all got their fingers into that quite heavily, okay? There's a lot, I think there's about 38 billion coins.
About 1,000 plus coins are there.
No, I'm on about the Ripple coin itself.
Okay? Yeah, of course.
I think it's a massive. Bitcoin, by the way, there's only going to be 21 million of Bitcoin. That is it. That's the maximum output there. 21 million. Already, there's about 17 million which coins have been mined. So there's about just 4 million left to be mined.
Of course.
And that's going to go very fast, especially with how all things are going at the moment. And once they're mined, then it's about getting how much Bitcoin you can, and then diversifying into the other markets. So thank you very much. I hope you found this informative. If you did like it, please do like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Marshall Malik with 1L. Thank you very much, and wish you a good evening and God bless.
Take care.
Bye-bye.